Hey guys, welcome to Depersonalization. So, I decided I was gonna go and play this game. I've played it some in the past, not on stream, but I wanted to start all the way over, as this is a game that actually I really enjoy. I hope you enjoy watching. Oh. Oh, it's one of these games that keeps all of the data from the previous. Huh. I didn't realize it would literally save everything. Okay, so to start us all off on the same page, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the very first mission that we ever took, or that you can do in the game. With no bonuses, no nothing. Yeah. So in depersonalization, you play through a bunch of different consciousnesses and stuff like that, but this is the very first one you ever start off with. Starkey, you are my sole remaining connection to the mortal realm. You also represent my last hope to break through this prison of time and space that has been confined within. At present, the history here is unable to be altered. I must return to the beginning of consciousness and fall dormant for a period of time. Before I do so, I ask that you act in my place within this period. Only you can break through the barriers of this time and space and create an opportunity for us. You are standing in your parents' bedroom as a child of nearly 8 years. Currently, you are in the process of replacing daffodils in the vase that your mother keeps at her bedside. Your mother is laying on the bed, awake, but very much tired. Mother, my aunts and uncles are all still sleeping. I couldn't wake them. So I snuck out into the garden and picked some flowers for you. Do you think they'll be upset with me? The woman's face shows sadness, but help a look of acceptance as she took in the child's words. She sat up and slowly began to speak to the child before her. No, my child, you've done nothing wrong. Everyone's just tired. They need a good rest. It would be best if you didn't disturb them. Anan, you have been such good care taking care of me. When I'm feeling a little better, let's move to the town together. You'll be able to make a lot of friends and have a little more freedom. Are you sure? Grandpa told me that I needed to stay in the castle. Don't worry, my dear. Grandpa will surely agree. Anan, could you pass along a message to Grandpa? I'm feeling much better now. Please tell Grandpa not to worry. Make sure to avoid the Chamber of Secrets or Dad will get angry. Well, okay then. Just, alright, I guess. You promised your mother that she could count on you. Now it's time to leave so that she could continue to rest. Mother looks much better. She asked me to pass a message along to your grandfather. She also warned you not to disturb Father's work in his chamber. For some reason, your memory of the past is a little vague. Then you remember that behind the family portrait is a secret passage to the chamber. Okay, so Take all? I might need them, you never know. I want to talk. There we go. Mother is resting and I shouldn't disturb her. Okay. So walking, running, gotcha. Take all. Character. Anon, he has been living in the castle all his life, yearning for everything beyond the walls. He is sensible and well behaved and will keep his promises, but because of this, he bears burden of that are not typical for his age. Okay, and then we have stats. For some reason, like, the controls are, like, panicking here. Okay. Hold on. Oh, no. I might have to go this route. So I was trying to do it on the controller, but it looks like the controller is gonna have some issues. View the photo. This is a photo of your immediate family. A little boy was sitting on the knees of a gray-haired old man. Behind him stood a young couple smiling happily. Okay. Take a little water. How do I... Is there a way to, like, equip stuff? Oh, here we go. Okay. Equip to main hand, I guess. A drawer. Mother made you promise not to open this drawer. That's a promise that you should keep. Okay, I guess. I really like the art style, though. It's really pretty. Take all. Burn the carpet. just there we go. No, leave it burning. Check the painting. This is a picture of your family. Your father or your grandfather stands in the middle. His hair gray, not giving away. His graying hair not giving away his age. Next to him, a young couple stands, holding a young child. You see your mother's pale face and complexion showing a sense of illness. Huh. Without much effort, you activate the switch to the chamber, secrets unsurprised, as it opens in front of you. Torch. And another torch. Listen? Oh, okay. I guess we'll do a perception check. See what we get. I failed. We could try again, though. We'll do a retry here. Let's do a retry. Hey, look at that. As you stand outside the door, you hear the muffling sounds of heavy objects clashing against the wall in succession and the tugging of chains. The husky voice of a man thinking aloud accompanies these sounds. Who can represent us? How do I erase myself? Anon, is that you? Can't you recognize Daddy? Don't be afraid, my son. My face is like a badge of honor. Oh, how you've grown. Are you really my dad? Do you remember our hand code? They went through a series of hand signals they'd made in a game some years prior. It's really you, Dad. Careful now, not too hard. These old bones aren't what they used to be. You've recalled some of your memories regarding Father, in which he was injured beyond recognition. No sound can be heard from inside the door. The air itself seems to fall silent for an instant, as if in anticipation. Realize that the door to the Chamber of Secrets is unlocked, and you can push it open with a gentle push. Do we enter? Do we dare enter? Yeah, why not? Oh. Anon, I haven't seen you for a long time. Come a little closer. I'd like to hear your voice a little longer. A bandaged face comes close to you. And then scarlet claws emerge from the darkness. Oh, great, he's attacking me now? Okay, apparently I passed the sanity check. Jingle. The claws stop just in front of you as the sounds of chains behind him clamor. My son, get out of here quickly. I'm being taken over. No, I'm going to stay. And I guess I'll use a dexterity check? Question mark. Hey! Let's go! Your desire to stay with your father has given you an unusual boost of energy. You quickly maintain your ground. Me, I can't do that. You don't represent us. Who can represent us? I got a gun! Do I... guess I'll... offhand? Oh, okay. Maybe I should have ran. Oh, now we... okay. Something's going on now. I guess a fight? I just learned how to... okay. Use weapon attack, subdue, double edge. Attack, technique. By drawing your enemy's attention and minimize their damage, requires a combination to roll of sport and psychology. Speed plus 30 until the end. If an enemy's action has only one target, cancels their move. If this action targets multiple enemies, only the alerted blow unit is affected. Okay. Can I... yeah! Oh. Only a 20%. Do I have another one that would do a better? Not really. Alright, well. That's upsetting. Spells. I don't have any spells, apparently. Well! Ha! I guess we'll just try again. I did it! Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. Is that... oh no, I just killed my own dad, didn't I? If I hadn't failed, none of this would have happened. Your father has turned into dust before your very eyes. You inwardly hope that father must have gone somewhere else and this is just someone similar. Oh. He'll come back one day. Although you try to convince yourself internally, a sense of loss and sadness grips your heart. Oh! Well... book and realize that it's filled with sentences that are devoid of logic, but not completely at the same time. Who will represent us? Shadow cannot play a family memory. I'm not very familiar with the behavior. Understand, I'll show you what we mean. The dog put on the father's clothes. The father blackened himself into the shadow. The shadow dressed as the dog. He spoke to the shadow. Our family is very interesting. You should be able to fit in just... This note keeps cycling until the journal finishes and you feel inexplicably nauseous. Text is derived from the SCP-3999's I am the center of everything that happens to me. It's an extremely conscious work in which a terrifying being resides within a body of the protagonist who chooses to end his life in order not to let his body become neural out of control. The context is written by Lord Stonefish, who suffers from severe depression. 3999 is also a microcosm of his inner world. Alrighty then. I guess. Okay. You recall the warning your grandfather gave you at the stargazing pavilion. Were you aware that there is infinite knowledge in the sky? For that knowledge, or for that reason, we who seek the truth must look away from the sky. Or look up at the sky. But behind the stars is endless darkness. When we look up, those horrible entities are also watching us. The remnants of any of their powers would be devastating to us. The Chamber of Secrets contains the most terrifying substance in the universe, the strange. It is highly contagious and can transform all matter it touches into a part of itself. You would be wise to avoid going into the chamber. Behind the stars is endless darkness. Once you look up, those terrible beings are also watching us. The remnant of their powers would be devastated. Huh. Interesting. Need to go back and be like, hey, Mom! I think I shot Dad. Hey, Mom! I have a problem. I think... Mom's laying quietly in bed. Oh, Mom must be too tired. I'd better not disturb her. She returned to the bedroom. Your mother is asleep. You haven't seen her rest well since your father had entered the Chamber of Secrets. Finally, she could have a good rest. Oh. Oh? Okay, I guess. Oh, well that's just lovely. Just, you know, your stereotypical giant eldritch horror. For some unknown reason, you suddenly feel creepy, as if there was many invisible dangers lurking around you. You hear strange voices all around you, taunting and mocking at you. However, after only one gasp, the feelings disappear. Sanity check. Alrighty then. You look at the window. Outside is a world where the sun and the moon dance, the grass roams free, and the forest thrives. It's the world you've always wanted to see for yourself. Oh! Well, alrighty then. Whatever that was. Alright, well, I guess we'll go to the den. The moment you walk into the study, the flow of time around you completely freezes. As you notice something changing in the air, you struggle to stand and lose consciousness. When you regain consciousness, your grandfather is there, standing in front of you. You almost immediately notice a gate that you have never seen in the study before. My dear grandchild, you are the family's last hope. While the stars of the world all abide by rules and patterns, the destinies of people themselves are different. We've made you bear far too much responsibility. So now, child, I'll give you freedom. My grandfather points to the stone gate standing in the middle or center of the study. The gate seems to connect two worlds together. You see the meadow and forest spread apart on the other side of the gate. You notice that grandfather's tone seems different today. He's acting far softer than normal, creating a sense of discomfort within you. You subconsciously voice that sense of doubt climbing up it from your chest. Grandfather, are we going together? Grandpa, I don't want to leave. I want to stay with you. I don't want to leave here. I don't like the outside world. I want to be with you, or Mom and Dad. I don't want to leave you. My dear grandchild, I couldn't give you a good childhood. It's all Grandpa's fault. Grandpa couldn't save your parents. All your grandpa could do is offer you 10 years of freedom to live a life as you wish. Anon, my pride and joy. Even if you who feel sad, please face life with optimism. I know you'll continue to suffer as the haze builds up in your heart. So please try to forget what came before. Forget the stone walls you've lived in your home here. Forget the faces of all of us, your family. Forget the memories that bind you to this place. Forget everything that happened here. Child, remember the sky is always connected. No matter where you are, the stars will light your way home. In your eyes, the gate now turns into a soft and comfortable bed. A wave of exhaustion washes over you. Now all you want is to rest, a comfort the bed ahead can provide. You stumble through the door in a daze. The meadow, forest, and even the bed you just saw that were all there only a second ago vanished as if it was all a dream. This was no dream, though, as the above rainstorm calls out in its fury. Ahead you watch as the rain fiercely pours upon the town in front of you, Dunwich. The heavy rain guides the river water and causes the huge castle standing on the cliff to collapse instantly. The town of Dunwich now was merely a forgotten pile of rubble and rain. You feel dizzy from the unbelievable destruction you witness and fall to the side of the road unconscious. Moments later, a gray-haired old man drives down the rain-drenched road in a Ford, the blinding headlight shining down on you lying on the ground. The driver quickly realizes that you are unconscious and carries you back to the car in this violent wind and rain. Judging the land below, he drove past the mudslide and continues on his way. 10 years later, Province, night, dormitory. Public security is only getting worse. There's already another incident. I should follow the doctor's advice and get to bed early today. I really hope this medicine actually works. Patient seems to have experienced severe memory loss without any devastating or any lasting damage in any other physical or mental functions themselves. Based on patient's explanation, he is able to slowly piece together the missing memories by small amounts at a time, though with tremendous pain. Unfortunately, by the time he is able to even get anywhere near the deeper portions of his memories, the pain becomes too much and he is unable to continue. The problem lies with what comes next. If he doesn't attempt to look through these memories for an extended period of time, then it fades as if he not remember it in the first place. This means that he finds himself at the start of the gate he'd been venturing if he doesn't keep at it. On the other hand, if you ignore the memories, then they become like a massive boulder sitting inside your head, slowly accumulating more and more mass. So the question is, how could we create a physical application to interact with memories? Or is it a question of the pain we should be focusing on lessening in order to allow the patient to continue pushing themselves? The latter seems far too dangerous, whereas the former will take time to come to a solution. Without being able to identify the cause of these symptoms, the best path forward is to attempt sleep-aided medications to allow the patient the opportunity to break this standstill. That concludes the report. Main symptoms include, but are not limited to, insomnia, palpitation accompanied by hallucination, poor appetite, partial emotional function loss, and difficulty in retrieving older memories. Blood pressure results BP 120/51. Patient's blood pressure is concerning and could be due to rapid mental changes in line with his current mental difficulties. It is recommended to avoid alcohol and stimulating activities. It is also advised to attempt to sleep an earlier time to allow the body greater time to recover. Prescription: a small amount of benzoylum has been prescribed to the patient as a means to reduce stress levels and prevent any major potential incidents in day-to-day life. Take the medication bottle from the cabinet. Medication prescribed by the doctor to act as a stress-reducing agent, which he hopes could be a counter effect from the effects of sleep traumas and hallucinations. Take the medicine. I hope that I can actually have a good dream for once. Willpower? Oh no. Let's try again? Okay. I don't know what I just had a willpower check for, but okay. Despite the medication, your restless anticipation of the potential good rest is preventing you from being able to immediately fall asleep, as the sound of your heartbeat rings out. Many strange images flow through your mind, and you begin to be unable to tell whether you are half asleep or awake. Oh no, he's back! I can't control my body. I'm supposed to be in a dream, aren't I? No matter how real it seems, it's still just a dream. You wake up from a nightmare, forcibly pushing yourself against the back of your bed in a cold sweat. Whatever attacked you left no wounds, it was just your imagination. Even so, your body acts as though the pain was real, sending waves of anguish through you. As you try to calm down, you breathe deeply a few times and slowly begin to feel yourself accepting that it was just a dream. You hesitate for a moment, but you fall back asleep exhausted. As you slowly enter the realm of sleep once again, this time you are uninterrupted by the many nightmares that usually haunt your restless self. There's no written message on the envelope, but the seal itself feels strangely familiar. You've opened the letter subconsciously. Anon, my amazing grandson, today is your 18th birthday. I prepared a birthday present for you that is waiting in my study. I hope you don't mind the brevity, but I'm sure that you'll find it easily. You are our family's last hope, and I truly believe that you will be able to overcome this disaster. With love from your grandfather, George Howard. Why did the letter disappear? Your mind is flooded with fragment images, like it's all a dream, and yet you've yet to awaken from. The very memories that you've been unable to grasp are now themselves reaching out to you. You are unable to fully process it all at once, but it sits there like smoke waiting. You imagine will be a matter of time now before the missing portions fit back together. Fortunately for you, processing the bundle of memories doesn't feel painful this time around. A picture comes to your mind as if it were something on the edge of your consciousness. All this time, you see a castle standing in the night. Above and around it, the sky and the stars creating a dazzling work of art. There's a chapel on the west side and a star-gazing pavilion in a dome-like structure. It all seems so familiar. Slowly, then all at once, the memories of your family hit you like a waterfall that has been plugged. The letter invokes a dusty portion of your memory, and the gaps of your hometown come flooding back to you. You desperately want to go back to that place. You know that there must be something waiting for you. Arkham is accessible via the interstate bridge. You have met a lot of people in the past 10 years. The person who you admire most is your pseudo-guardian, Mr. Carl, a warm and humorous psychology professor. You should visit Mr. Carl before you leave. Okay. Newspaper's front page is detailing news of a major safety incident involving meat products sent to the city of Arkham. Although the food companies involved have resolved the issues, most of the food has already entered the market. Those who consume these food products have displayed highly unusual symptoms. While the incubation symptoms are not necessarily obvious, it writes that patients are often fallen into mania, fits, impulsiveness, and extreme irritability. That has already led to several violent conflicts with victims. Alright, this is the book that Amy recommended. I haven't finished reading it. I still need to also return this thesis as well to the library afterwards. Okay. I still have the gun. Observe. Pass the check. Okay. Nope. No paper in the book. On they've put on the play Tosca in the school. I mean, I've never watched an opera before, so any chance you'd come watch it with me, Amy? Aw, that's sweet. Paper on the research of the lost city of Carcosa, which was said to be eradicated from the map in an unholy disaster. Tens of thousands of people vanished in just one night alongside the stone walls and pillars. Eventually it disappeared. Its disappearance led to a war waged by the neighboring kingdoms that lasted for a few centuries. Umbrella. Gotta take all the stuff. Let's see, inventory. What's this one? Medical history. Oh, that's that document that I read earlier. Okay. Whip. And so the game is Japanese, so there is like some Japanese aspect to it as well. School game? Question mark. Not quite sure what happened there. I guess it was a glitch. So it's popping up in Japanese. Look through the trash. Yeah, sure, why not? Never know, we might find something interesting. Number 10, Barn Street. Okay, broken note number. You rummaged through the trash and you found a piece of a torn note with an address, 10 Barn Street. As far as you know of, there's no such place in the city. Okay. I don't think there's a Barn Street in town. Rummage for resources, there's monies and matches. Interact. President Stone passed away at 10:30 a.m. on December 28, 1919, as his illness finally overtook the treatment. He was 65 years old. His last wish was to keep everything simple in his passing. Okay. Many notices are posted on the bulletin board every day, so there are also many torn notices as a result. You find notices lying around that have not been cleaned up, seeking this item. There's a photo of a yellow badge attached, signed an antiquities collector. And the contact address portion was torn out. Didn't you promise last time that we'd pool our money to buy a decent baseball bat? I already bought it, but it's time to pay for your share. I'll hold on to it and you can use it whenever you want. I don't have much on me right now. What? At most, I can offer you like $5. This is a $100 baseball bat. You need to pay your share. You should be paying for your 50%. This bat is not worth $100. You don't believe me? Well, I'll just have to go back and tell Father that you're going to buy that, to buy that he made you sell back. Okay. Either way, I only have $20 on me. Well, I can take a loss this time. After all, we are brothers. The young blonde man took the money and left happily. I wouldn't have bought the money if I didn't want to buy it back. Okay. Where can I find $20 now? What are my options? Today is the last day I had planned to work too. Okay, so he just says the same thing. You know what? I'll give him the money. Why not? Yeah. Why not? Wait, really? Thank you very much. I'll pay you back as soon as I have the money. He ran out of the school as fast as he could. Okay. Bully teen, you notice a teenager being bullied for money in the corner of the campus, and you $20 of your own to resolve the situation quickly and amicably. The victim seems to be in a hurry to leave and rushes by you. Once he was out of sight, you notice he dropped something of his. Maybe after a while he'll come back to retrieve it. Okay. Did I pick up something that he dropped? No. Alright. For Art for Love. Schools Opera Association will be performing the popular Tosca on January 18th. Make sure to bring your significant other with you. We hope this will be an opportunity for those who confess their love for another. Alright. Hey, got me some money and a lighter. Many phone numbers packed onto the sheet of paper, messily taped to the wall of the phone booth. The only number on there that interests you is for the railway office that reads 635-84 or 854-77. You also notice something under the edge of the sheet itself. You find a small card with no information or of identification, just a string of numbers. Okay. There are signs that the slot of the machine is broken. You get the feeling that if you attempt to put money inside will result in a gamble on whether it works or not. Okay. There are many coins lying quietly inside. Wait, what did it say? Capitalism makes the world go around. After all, you'll need to pay to use the telephone booth. Well, insert a coin, luck check. Ooh. Well, that's upsetting. Doesn't react upon your coin being deposited. You realize that the machine has luckily devoured your coin and you lost an unfortunate coin toss. Well. Look in the desert. Someone is planting seeds. He sings alone, infinitely sad. Who can tell me what he sings? Sad notes flow. No longer tell the ancient past. Nature's chant, experienced yesterday, tomorrow again. The man was gone, and the moor was afield. The song was no longer heard, and the melody still lingers. Aw, kitty cat. Listen on, as always, you are not popular with animals. Oh. I don't know why all the animals seem so hostile to me. I don't think they're hostile, I think they just seem scared. The animals here are fairly docile, though you're a special case. Have you ever considered taking a part-time job at a zoo as a zookeeper? Forget it, I don't want to get sued by any animal protection organizations. The economy has been pretty bad these past few days. The price of tools and even food are rising like crazy. Money really doesn't last long. Yeah, it's true. I mean, that is very true. Let's go to the library. The poster for the opera. Amy. There's apparently an opera performance happening soon. I'd be thrilled to go with you, but I need to leave school for a little while. So, would you want to go with me when I return? That sounds great. It's okay if you aren't back in time though. We'll have plenty of opportunities in the future. Adon, please take care of yourself. I will. I'll be back as soon as I can finish my work. Aww. Gain trait puppy love. Promise to Amy. Amy is very shy and not good at communication with people, but she is very sincere and warm to you. You promise to go to the Opera Tosca when you get back to campus. The stars are pleasant tonight. Tosca poster slogan. Take care of yourself out there. I'll be waiting for you when you return. I guess observe? Cool. Search the bookshelf. You come across a book about surviving the wilderness that looks potentially interesting. You try to glean some information from it. Sweet. I got a stealth increase. Stealth is increased by 10. Nice. To death class are filled with books, especially with so many chairs taken away. It looks like there was a war to claim each seat. Wondering if there's anything else. Hey, I got something. What did I pick up? Magnifying glass, plus 22 observation. Okay. Is that like an accessory? Yeah, I guess so. Neat. Theory of Social Division of Labor by Emile Durkheim. Social solidarity and social integration are social facts. This fact exists independently of the individual and has a unique feature called collective consciousness. The real function of the division of labor is to create a sense of solidarity between two or more people, a collective consciousness. Huh. Let's talk to this person. Miss Julie is a professor of history and linguistics at the university. She's been rather tough on you because she believes that you are talented and would like you to inherit her work. Recently, that relationship has been a little strained. You clearly got to your recent class on time. However, no one has any memory of you being there. Huh, Anon, do you have time to wander around? Get back to class. Miss Julie. Going to be out of school for a while. You young people are always wasting your time. Nothing but nonsense is what it is. Drinking, partying, gambling, traveling, and so on. All students these days seek is fun first and foremost. Oh no, I failed the psychology. Okay, cool. Julie was not really angry at you. Her expression showed more of akin to frustration and disappointment. I finished my homework yesterday, actually. I promise I'll try to catch up on my lessons I've missed when I get back. Anon, you must remember, as a researcher, you must not fall into the habit of slacking off. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt this once. Here's a summary of the lectures for the next few weeks. Okay, cool. Does that actually do anything for me, though? Yeah! Oh. Hey, look at that. Diplomacy increase and or do increase. I don't know what those do, but okay. I guess diplomacy has to do with social interactions or something. Mars at opposition. Believe that the canal was actually an irrigation canal that was built by intelligent beings. This was later generally accepted as the only comprehensive explanation. Seasonal melting of the polar ice caps seen on Mars has led to speculation that an advanced race on Mars built canals and transported water to the arid regions. Sure. Aliens on Mars, whatever. It skipped it. I didn't want to skip it. Okay. Painting is the work of expression post-impressionist painter Vincent van Gogh. The brushstrokes of this painting highlight the tensions, but also reveal a silent sadness within. The dormant painting color of blue outlines the sense of gloom and invisible oppresses the senses. The painting depicts a view looking out from a window. Among them, the cypress trees are like black tongues of fire scorching up to the clouds. My bad. The sky looks like a beautiful spiral galaxy with many stars, while the moon appears to be a dim eclipse. Throughout the painting, the village at the bottom is depicted in straight, stubby lines. sense of unease yet calm. It's highly exaggerated deformation and strong visual contrast. People can sense the artist's restless emotions and psychedelic world of imagery. I actually do really like Van Gogh. I like his work. I remember going to the Van Gogh exhibit, the interactable one. It was really nice. It was a very nice experience. As you search the bookshelf, you come across a book of sports techniques. You try to glean information from it. Oh boy. Okay, cool. Sports increased by 10. Sweet. Second floor looks like it's under repair, so we can't go up there. Okay. Recently, the school closed the second floor. It's a pity that all the older texts are up there. Apparently, the reason for the closure has to do with some kind of theft. A witness claimed that they saw a monster hovering in the air somewhere on the second floor. They described the monster like a bat and said that it was carrying a pile of books close to its chest. The witness then said that the monster found him and knocked him out before leaving. Before he passed out, he mentioned smelling something terrible like flesh maggots crawling out from the sewer. The police played it off as some hallucination of a student. Do you think that what he saw was really a hallucination? Event selection. He claims to have seen a monster. What do you think it was a hallucination? No, I choose to believe him. Hallucination is a phenomenon of distortion of perceptual results upon certain or specific circumstances. If this phenomenon did not occur often, then what he saw was unlikely to have been an illusion. Yes, great. I'm actually the witness I was referring to before. Ever since that day, I've felt a fear of mixture and wonder from what I saw. I want to know the truth. You could try to help the police further their investigation as a witness. In order to do that, you would need to modify your statement. And it would be best not to be too subjective. Otherwise, people will just think that you were hallucinating. You have a good point. Thank you. Paper chase monster. Books have been were stolen from the second floor of the library, and a witness has reported seeing a bat-like monster. Before he passed out, he mentioned smelling something terrible, like flesh maggots crawling out of the sewer. This monster maybe have something to do with the sewer. Interesting. Man was reading a book intently. Eye of newt, toe of frog, hair of bat, teeth of dog. Charm of powerful trouble, like a hell broth, boil and bubble. It's a lot of herbs. Let's go back to the see what's going on here. Hey, the blonde kid's back. You actually bought back this stupid doll? Since you still have money, then give me the remaining $30. That's on loan. Remember, you still owe me $30. The blonde man dropped the puppet and left angrily. That was used. My father was very fond of him and considers him another son of his. Maybe I'm too much like my mother. I'm sorry, this isn't your problem. Thank you for listening, though. I'll get that money together as soon as I can. Help him fix it all. Let's try again. I'm getting very unlucky with these rolls. 1 point short. Come on. we go. I feel like I'm using up all my re-rolls. Thank you for fixing it. This doll was the last gift that I received from my mother before she passed. My father thought it was too torn up, and he secretly threw it away. I later saw it at an antique store by chance. Fortunately for me, the owner kept his promise and held it until I had the funds. Aww. Yep, the bully teenager fixed his doll, but his family relation still worries. As an outsider, there is nothing that you can do about it. Maybe you will meet him again after some time has passed. Murmur to the doll, I'm sorry I didn't protect you, I'm sorry. Talking to the doll? Shiny dirt makes a man the whole cover look laborious and tight. You can't lift it. Tool abuse? Oh, this guy talked about tools earlier. Uncle Balser? I'd like to borrow your utility pliers. Are you doing Carl's dirty work again? I just can't support that. You can't keep doing everything for that old guy. No books have been going missing out from the library. The trail points towards the sewers. So I wanted to investigate. Sewers. Pliers are my general go-to. It's likely more appropriate for, this is likely more appropriate for you. A crowbar! Pull the crowbar out of his back tool belt. Why would a groundskeeper have a crowbar? Thank you. No need to thank me. I found it in the grass a bit earlier. Okay. And you just kept it in your tool belt? Hang it, I guess. But, like... You just have a... whatever. Just have a crowbar, I guess. I already know I'm gonna fail that luck check. Yeah. There's gotta be a way for me to fix that. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep losing money. Into the sewer? Oh. If you enter the sewer, immediately the nauseating smell of the sewer hits your nose. Calm yourself down. The sewer is narrow and the only light source you have is the one that comes from above ground. Rummaged through the trash and found some materials. Okay. Sewer echoes with the sound of objects being moved somewhere ahead of you. In the darkness, your eyes begin to make out a figure standing ahead of you. Man? No, you quickly realize that this is some creature a creature with ears like a bat and hoofs like a cow. Well, that's unfortunate. Wait, isn't that you, Mr. Stone? I'm Mr. Stone. My memory of being alive is all but a haze. Mr. Stone, what happened to you? I have no idea myself. When I first awoke, I found myself lying in the dark underground. There were many black stone buildings and many people similar to me who invited me to go deep underground with them. They told me that it's a paradise for those like us. For some reason, I felt very happy, when they said that. I was about to say yes when I saw the book in my hand. If I remember one thing, it was that I didn't want to let go of literature. I went to take what books I could before I left to go to the paradise they mentioned. Because after I left, I don't think I'd be coming back here again. was in the process of moving the last of the books. Once completed, we would leave to go underground. I intend to seal the hold soon. So please, don't tell anyone else about this. Do we keep it a secret? Or fight him? I kind of want to fight him just to see what happens. Yeah, why not? Oh, Jesus, he has a lot of health. Okay. Yep. Got a critical hit with the shot. Nice. Oh. Shot failure. Critical fail for the brawl. I'm not doing good. Of course. Come on. Oh, good. I managed to get a dodge. No. I gotta... Really? Oh, crap, I died, didn't I? Yep. Let's retry. Select enhancement effect. Alright, gain one additional bonus die instead. I don't want to have a bonus. What do I do? Let's do. I don't need no bonuses. Don't need no bonuses here. From enemy side, speed plus 30%. Cannot be targeted until the next move. If it's a horde of critical success, the skill also grants an additional attack. Harm. Use the target with your words and actions and make them fight for you temporarily. Speed plus 50. Rally, critical, allies rally, raise their intelligence, willpower, dexterity by 30 for the next 3 turns. Look for weakness. Use the insight to spot enemy's weakness. When successful, apply 2 stacks of exposed weakness to the target. It's a heart of critical. Hey, I got him. Look at that. I don't know if there was a reason for doing that, but I did it. I got a whole 10 coins. You see a monster run towards the cave, quickly sealing the way behind himself. Get a book. Okay, Dream Realm. River meandering through the dark forest. Castle in the sinking sun, and a silhouette whose identity hides in the shadow. All brought to life in this colored the earth inside the cave seems awakened, welcoming the Can I equip that? What does that equip do? Oh, I can equip it. Plus 5 constitution. You learned a new spell. Okay. It's the truth. Learned in manipulation. I don't know what that means. Okay. Okay, here we go. Deals 2 to 8 spell damage with the damage increasing by 1 to 4 for every 4 MP the caster has. If the target is not one of the great old ones, move them to the last position here. About manipulation. Use on a human or monster, compelling them to use attack with weapon to the nearest enemy. No check is required for this action, and the damage is increased by 2. If the target is an enemy, they perform a willpower check at the end of the action. If they succeed, they counterattack the caster. Interesting. Go back to the library, see what's going on over there. Actually, no, I'll stay here because I want to tell this guy, like, hey, I figured out what was still in your books. I feel like I'm a detective right now. Or could I not tell him anything? Huh. Weird. I think I'd be able to tell him something, be like, hey. Okay. I didn't actually expect you to contact me. Do you have the money you owe me? Ah, what the? Why did you hit me? I have my own hobby now. As my bro, you have my back, right? Yes, of course. I've gotten into painting. This is my first work, but $100 seems appropriate. Brother, wouldn't you agree? What the hell? Why is it so expensive? Could easily sell such an incredible work for thousands of dollars. $100 is nothing compared to that. That's not too much to ask, isn't it? No, it's not too much, as expected of my incredible brother. You'll be rich through my paintings. How about you purchase my art once a week? No need to worry though. I'll make sure not to overwork myself. I need to get to work on my next masterpiece. Remember though, don't let Father know about my hobby. Hughes ran away with a look of terror in his eyes. Ooh. I owe you a debt of gratitude for what you've done for me. Okay. Don't look so worried. The doll told me that she could grant my wishes. All she wanted in return was to devour the weakness inside of me. This is the first time I've felt so free. I'll leave this with you so that I can forget my shameful past. He throws the doll to you and walks away laughing. The young man who I've been bullied has become what he once faced. Is this good or bad? Either way, it's over. I don't expect to see him again. He shouldn't have any interaction with you in the future. Okay, I got the doll. What does it do? Cannot be taken off after equipped. When equipped, it halves your willpower, intelligence, and dexterity, but doubles your constitution and strength. Max constitution plus 50, max strength plus 50. A strange voice chills your bones as you pick it up. With the threat of emotions, I weave dreams of mortals. Or with the threads of emotions, I weave dreams of mortals. Joy be thine, power mine. Cannot unequip this module, would you? Yeah, why not? Was founded in 1889 by a group of students and professors who shared a common interest in unexplained phenomena. Like-minded people are welcome to join us. The Unsolved Mystery Society will be open for enrollment from January 15th to January 20th. To the library, see, well, yeah. I feel like there's probably something else I'm missing before I go forward anymore. Like with this guy. I feel like there's something I should be able to do. Right? Oh, wait a minute, here we go. Well, that reminds me that Macbeth is one of the greatest tragedies ever written. He expressed that the infinite expansion and abnormal developments of individual desires, while inevitably leading to sin and destruction. There's a deeper meaning in this passage. Are you a member of the Unexplained Society? I didn't expect that you also knew about our association. Yes, it's our job to explore the unknown. I believe this text may be a modified summoning spell. It's quite the imagination you have. Of course, it's your choice whether to believe. After all, I was once skeptical of the occult. As it so happens, I have here a piece of research from our association. It's a short divination spell. Do you want to try it out? Ben wants to show you the association's research, but he seems relatively inexperienced. Do you want to take the chance to glimpse the extraordinary? Yeah, sure, why not? Close your eyes. Looks like a key. What's going on? You notice the student is bleeding profusely from his nose. Is that the danger of magic? It seems that it would be better to avoid in the future. You learned a new spell due to the occultism change. Evil Eye. Attribute 74, occultism 60. What does it actually do though? Here we go. Evil Eye. The target receives a penalty die on all checks. Will minus 30, agility minus 30, lasting until the end of combat. If at least one of the enemies is affected by the evil eye when cast, all enemies instead take 3 to 12 points of spell damage. Does not affect the great old ones. Okay. Interesting. guess I'll go to Carl's room. As soon as you enter the room, you see Carl drinking his way to enlightenment as usual. You hear him happily humming a tune of his own creation while writing what you believe to be his manuscript. Investigate. What lies before you is a desk that carries piles upon piles of notes, academic theses, books and small notes that look to have been written and swiftly forgotten about. Sir, what is this picture? It came in the mail from a previous patient I've worked with. He wanted to thank me for curing his strange disease. He's rather young, but he was complaining that his memory was getting worse rapidly. He told me that it was all tied to some strange dream that he had forgotten the contents of upon waking up each day. All he remembered was that there was some place that he wanted to go. So I aided him into achieving this trance-like state to search for memories of his dreams subconsciously. Sometime later, I got this painting in the mail. I suspect he found what he was looking for. Look at how he's smiling in front of that yellow house. Notice a broken yellow badge attached to the edge of the letter. Upon picking it up, you feel a strange shiver run through your body. Examine the badge a little closer and see a strange symbol along the back of it, but nothing to indicate that it might or what it might represent. There's something that makes you uncomfortable about this symbol. I'll look into this just in case. Sir, this badge seems interesting in some way. I can't discern. Do you mind if I study it? Feel free to take it. Clutter is piling up in my office anyway. I don't have the time to look through every last thing here. Review the study records. Since the start of human evolution, countless fragments of consciousness have existed with the great sea of unconsciousness. Common habits humans have established were derived from the sense of collective consciousness and society enacts upon a fresher mind. What is that came first, the concept of human clusters? Or was it the ocean of consciousness that established deeper thought? What is the deepest part of a dream? In the ocean I describe as consciousness, is there nothing awaiting the deepest depths? Or are there greater beings able to manipulate the consciousness of humanity? The human mind and body are connected in some manner. That much is true. The mind is not an invisible thing, independent of the body. Everyone is born with a brain capacity capable of generating emotion and thinking of some manner of different degrees. All complex human emotions have their own elaborate biological mechanisms. Changes in the body affect the mind, and changes in the mind affect the body. I mean, he's not wrong. Like, little things can cause changes throughout. You understand the idea of working another persona. I don't quite understand what you're getting at, Professor. Alright, so as an example, a drunkard is one of my personas. When I'm drunk, I can relax my mind and release my emotions to a much greater degree than normal. On that note, I still have more wine on hand. Would you like to try some for yourself? You should experience a variety of emotions rather than sticking to your norm of comfortable. In a sense, emotions are a greater form of emphatic and comprehensive knowledge. It's just good for you to experience the world in various ways. I already know that, Professor. I've already been trying to something similar in my case, trying to understand emotions through literature. Do you enjoy it, or at least do you feel like it's been beneficial to you? I hate it. No, specifically, I hate stories. People tell stories, put themselves in the positions of authority. They use these stories to elaborate their own values and what they believe to be correct. Santa Claus keeps a list of bad children. Only hardworking bees are allowed to be given honey. Women are made from one of Adam's ribs. These well-known stories are laced with the personal values and truths. The wider the story is told, the more the constraints people to act as a form of truth. These stories fight for power, with the winners being a form of fact or cultural standard. They just think that it's an excuse for power. So you're more interested in in the actual world's actual history. History is written by the winners, so even so, there's still a truth to be interpreted and observed. No one can return to the past themselves. After all. All we have is the interpretation of others. The current way of humanity, after all, is to understand the past as a grand narrative, after all. Well, regardless, I don't suppose you came here today to discuss your studies. Professor, I've come to say that I'm leaving for some time. Going back to Arkham. That's great to hear. Even if you hadn't decided to do so, I'd have done my best to persuade you eventually. People's past experiences will affect aspects of the present in some manner. We've been unable to get any results that form of trance therapy I've attempted after all. I'm certain that it's those lost memories that are the cause of your current problems. Even so, don't put too much expectation into this. Even if nothing comes of it, you can still see it as a relaxing holiday trip. People still need a driving sense of purpose. Yes, I understand, Professor. Hope that by the time you return that you have better understood myself or your condition. Here are the keys to the car. I won't be traveling anytime soon anyway. If you feel like you owe me, you can just wash it for me when you're on your way back. It has been with me for many years, and just like me, it is an old soul. Thank you for everything, Professor. Envy you, young people. You can travel, date, aren't pressured by work and everything, and still easily maintain good health. I try to give this phone thing another try. I guarantee I'm gonna lose it now. Come on. I just need one good lucky roll. Come on. Especially since it's based on my luck, I'm having me a rough time. Come on. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. How many rolls is it going to take? I have over 200 coins, but I really don't want to have to use all of them just for this. Finally! voice chatters a single word over the line. Bursted? The voice you hear is unusually mechanical, to which you can only interpret it to be a tape recording. Mysterious recording staying until you've learned various sources that the black market frequently uses these secret codes. Okay. Oh, I gotta do it again in order to call the actual station, don't I? Okay, cool. Good, that didn't take as many tries. Okay, now call the railway office. After a period of ringing, you are met with the voice of an impatient man who informs you that the railway line has been closed for an unknown amount of time due to the mysterious disappearance of the Arkham-bound train. On January 5th, the train departing from Arkham at 11:50 p.m. But the train mysteriously disappeared. The rail authority is currently investigating along the route and has blocked use of the railway at this time. The railway to Arkham has been blocked. To leave when you remember the strange recording of a phone call. The moment you say the password, the man in charge puts a blindfold on you. You feel yourself being zigzagged around and end up in a room full of weapons and wine. Well, alrighty then. Yo, kid, are you here to buy or sell? Alcohol is in short supply these days, and at $100 a gallon, you can make good money. Ah, I found the black market, I guess. Bargaining apparently. Okay, I guess I'll go to the pharmacy with my last. Walk into the pharmacy where you spot a young girl sorting through the medicine. She notices that your rival that looks you over. Okay, seem healthy enough. That's all we got. But the drunks behind you know that we're out of booze. I being an alcoholic. I apologize for misunderstanding. I had too many people buying alcohol here lately. Put everything away so the comfort wouldn't ruin the equipment. Let's try talking to her again. Ask about the herbs. You want to buy some herbs themselves? It's true that plants have been compounds that are effective for the human body. Not many people can overcome the bitterness of the herbal juice, but I can still use some if you like. Okay. feel like there should be more. Oh, this is all the same, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. No, I didn't want to do it again. Well, I got this thing here too, but I don't know what to do with it. Amy, do you know where the Tin Barn Street is? Ah, wait a minute. Something's familiar. I must have seen it somewhere. But where? I remember. The classic horror novel, The Dunwich Horror. I believe it mentioned that all of the investigators were killed at 10 Barn Street. I've read all the books about by that author. Unfortunately, we don't know who he really is, since he only used a pen name. Apparently during his work, he wrote that there was his writing was in reference to a real city. I looked into the address within his writing. The school mentioned that it's really a reference to our school, 10 Barn Street. I'd say it has to be somewhere near Mariner Street. I only read horror stories occasionally, and I'm not into horror like you think I am. Thanks for your help, Amy. I owe you one. Okay, and then meanwhile, just random notification. Okay. What should I do? Does he see me as a freak? Why? Because you like horror stuff? Like, no, that's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with liking horror things. Like, yeah. Spooky stuff is cool. Okay. 10 Mariner Street. You arrive at 10 Mariner Street, you find a house you are looking for, and just as you are about to knock, a young woman appears at the door. Who are you? Please tell me you are not the new editor here to rush me. I'm on my way out now to turn in my manuscript. Oh, I misunderstood. I have something to do, so I need to get going. You seem like a student at Brown's University. Let's catch up at the university library. I'm usually there in the afternoon to work on my manuscript. Okay. Collector, writer. You had no trouble finding the address of 10 Mariner Street. She left in a hurry before you could give her name. She said she'd meet you at the school library. Let's go back to the school library. You're new. You came rather late. No need to apologize, though. I don't really care about anything outside of the deadline. Wait, this badge. Didn't expect that someone would find the address after I wrote the wrong one. Well, I removed the commission because of that, but I'll still buy it. How about I sell it to me for 150,000? Trust me, this thing will bring you nothing but disaster. She told you that the badge would bring disaster. What are you going to do? Seek the secrets. Why do you want to know more about this badge? I was recently researching the lost city of Carcosa, and then this rune appeared in the records. I don't know why, but it sends a shiver down my spine. Other than this mark, there's not much evidence that Carcosa even existed. Do you really believe they're connected? I believe that legends are also deconstructed from realistic events. Patterns of this emblem is the seal of the king of Karsa. Karksa? It's a gift from him to his people. But for those without a religious background, it's considered a source of evil and madness. That's all I can tell you. If you're not interested in money, I can trade you this pendant. This is a fair deal. But if you want the cash still, that's fine. No, I kinda want the pendant. I just hope you never triggered this pendant. Okay. What does that mean? Pendant of the Undead. Whenever you are defeated for the first time in battle, you will be revived with a mutated body. As the soul perishes with the body, it will rise again with the decay due time. Oh. Okay then. I guess. Know that there is another kind of death that exists. It's one where the soul dies with the body. In this type of death, one is able to rise again from its previously fallen state. That's weird, man. Got any more tools for me? Wait. There's something up ahead. Okay. I'm not quite sure what that was for, though. Was there a reason behind that? Clearly got stuff. Like I got the foods. What are the boards for, though? Crafting materials. Crafting mechanic? Oh, there is. Craft. Screwdriver. I don't know if that's actually going to come in handy or not, honestly. Weapons. I mean, I have a gun, so. Medicine? Question mark? I need herbs for those. Spell? technique, not for sale. Interesting. Okay. I feel like there was something I could probably do with this. Oh my god. I can repair it and I could break it. Does that mean that it'll permanently... Yes, that means that it'll permanently do the thing. I will... Oh, that would have been useful before, huh? It just works now, doesn't it? Well, I should have just broke it and took the money, considering it was already broken and I had already done the phone calls. Well, too late now. Okay. Sell. Sell me, or give me 200 or 100 per alcohol. Should be able to go back to the talk, sell alcohol. Yeah. Okay. Talk, sell alcohol. Okay. And I shouldn't have any alcohol left, right? Okay, there it goes. It updated now. So, back. It's gonna update now. There it goes. Capable of automatically firing through its almost impossible to do so far. Currency at black markets and life of the party for aristocrats. I feel like I'm going to end up needing healing items at some point, so I'm just going to go ahead and preemptively get them. Oh, I have no bullets, do I? I didn't think that went through. Craft. Wait. Oh, it gives me a bonus to crafting. Okay, cool. I'll do that. Medicines, life potion. Sweet. Okay. Why do I only have 4 health? Oh, that's right, because of the... Yeah, never mind. That's right. I only have 4 health because I failed the... Or because I got my butt whooped earlier. Inventory. There we go. I think I've gotten just about anything I can, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go on to the next area. Yeah, I mean, might as well. It's not a long drive from Providence to Arkham, Massachusetts. You can easily make the trip within a day, but it's mostly mountain roads. You drive on, the breeze blows through your blows on your face, making you feel relaxed and excited for what awaits you. Okay. Now we had to stop. Gas in the battery. Perhaps it's because of the coldness of the mountains, the opposite bank is covered in a wet, white fog, and looking across from the opposite side, you can see some points of light dim and dim, like a candle in the wind. All of my things just pop up all at once. Anywho, correct. How much for resources? I got a flower. Okay. Stealth. Do I need to hide from something? Okay. Stealth. Flock of fat rats appears ahead. Okay. You wonder, even if it's night, why are such big rats around? Good question. There they go. Bye, fat rats. Let's see. I have another flower, so I should be able to make some more stuff, right? Oh no! Come on. There we go. I didn't want to lose the resources more than anything else, because I was like, okay, interact. Large wooden billboard, or bulletin board reading, "Welcome to Dunwich." There are signs of passage. While some flooring looks newer, it generally seems solid with no signs of wood aging. As you cross the covered bridge, you notice a white mist enveloping the surrounding area. Turning around, you quickly realize that every direction other than the current path is impossible to make out. You can only continue forwards. Continue to venture into the mist. Quickly lose track of time before an all-encompassing fog finally lifts, only to be replaced by the darkness of night. By the time the light returns, you find yourself in the corridor of a ruined castle. One pillar collapsed right in the middle of the hallway. Are there signs of weathering? Should have taken decades, at the very least. You enter the bedroom. Most of the room has been wrecked by rubble quite some time ago. The many piles of rubble or laying of cobwebs make it look like a graveyard. Investigate, observe. Most of what you can see is dust, cobwebs, and of course rubble. You carefully search for anything of potential interest. You eventually find a photo. Tell the photo that is shows a family group of about a dozen people. One of them is a graying old man standing in the middle. Next to him is a young couple holding a child with long, light blue hair. Long, light blue hair? The woman's complexion is pale as she. Picture of your family. Your grandfather stands in the middle, his graying hair not giving his age. Next to him is a young couple holding a young child. You see your mother's pale face and complexion showing the sensibilities. The man you presume to be your father stands behind her wearing a black and white cap. Cannot make out what he looks like. Around them stand many other figures well dressed. Who you know to be many handsome. I feel like there's probably something I could craft with the I should be able to. Oh. Something is coming out. Go. More rats. See, it's torn quarter and if you move through the wall behind it, super passively behind it. But the intersection is blocked by collapsed rubble. There's a weird statue. Should I observe it? Good question. Why not? Especially if this sculpture realize its limbs actually hold a similar structure to the human body. If you look at it intently, it seems to come alive. Oh no, it came alive. It attacked him. Did it! Nice. Beat the greedy. Okay. Auto saving. Okay. Head to the den. Investigate bookshelf, stone covered. Oh, got a thingy. What did I get? The one of speed and the one that restores health. Alrighty. The one on the left. Grandfather's note. Ronald failed. I was forced to restrain him. I knew. What does this symbol mean? Carved on his body just before he lost his son. This must be an important clue. Ronald, mother, your efforts will not be in vain. This does not appear to be in the language of any living or past civilization. Someone like Ronald would have had much more important, or much more information if he was still saying, I need to continue researching. I think I found it. The word means mentality? No, it means my spirit. That's it. No, that isn't it. What exactly is it? Many chaotic, torn, and twisted symbols appear later. It can be discerned that the owner of this... Oh, whoops. Unexpectedly, the rune must translate to mean them. It's them. It should... I should have thought of this. I was thinking about them. I've been targeted by them. I must forget all this right now, immediately. No, I have to record it immediately. There was a long, torn line left behind as if a pen tip was pressed hard against the paper. Then it was if the pen tip was twisted off, leaving only a mark of the word. What's this? Why is there a key inside me? Crevice of history. You've come to a rather strange space. Look to the left and see the stars of the universe are shining brightly. This is your past. It's at this moment you start to feel that the joys and sorrows of the past 10 years were all in vain. When you look to the right, the stars are dim. Here you see order and chaos alternating. You are shown bizarre images that are incomprehensible in such a short period of time. See a light shining 10,000 times brighter than the sun. You begin to hear laughter all around you as if someone were admiring a work of art. You see many aberrant monsters spreading across the universe, each acting in a way you could only describe as full of distortion and madness. They're varying genes out of the genetic blueprint, drawing a sea of flesh and blood in their wake. You see the stars burning all around you. No, it's the whole universe burning. The burning stops, leaving only darkness forever. Decision on the left is the past where the stars in the universe shine brightly, on the right is the future, the darkness is ending. Present. Past. Like, why would I want to go to a burnt future? As you step into the past, the figure of a young woman appears in the fissure of history. She stares at your back as you depart. She then gently closes her eyes and her body gradually dissolves into the void as she watches her child for the last time. Location, ancestral home, time, 10 years ago. Did I really go back in time? Picture of your immediate family. A little boy was sitting on the knees of an old great man. Behind him stood a young couple smiling happily. Kid in this photo. Is that really me? Inside was placed a pendant inscribed with a mysterious rune. You touch the pendant and a memory goes straight to your brain. You're looking into the space from a bird's eye perspective. You see a boy lying in bed. Around him, an old man is anxiously discussing something new with a man and a woman. The strange has chosen Anon as its carrier. In a little while, it will have been completely assimilated. Is there really nothing that can be done? The process of assimilation cannot be reversed. It can only be delayed. The old man looked down and thought. I could use the transfer spell to pull the effects to someone else. Let me do it, Grace. You haven't been well. The man went up and hugged the woman. The man spoke, "Don't worry about me. You have to take care of our child." He stood up and hugged the woman. In In the surrounding space, a magical light gradually brightened. At least let Anon forget this painful memory. Your perspective disappears. It hurts. It turns out I caused everything all along. You finally know why grandfather wouldn't let you leave the castle. You figured out why your father was in the chamber. You know why your many aunts and uncles fell asleep and why your mother never got better. Because the disease is in you. It's an uncomfortable chain of truths that makes you just suffocate. You keep blaming yourself. Why did I survive? Because of your arrival, our entire family has been harmed. A sudden voice appears in your mind. You have occupied my body. Don't think you are human. The pain you are feeling now is but a fraction of mine. Strange. How long will you continue to impersonate me? With a surge, the impurity of the body gathers before you. A silver key appearing upon his body. You finally left my body. Strange, you caused this disaster. All the disasters are my fault. You hear his hoarse roar. It's madness, it's resentment, it's twisted wail. Even though it's finally out of your body, you have already been emotionally connected to it. And it's looking at you for relief. Before the very thing that you've always resented, the strange. The pain in your heart stripped it out into a concrete reality. When this stripping is complete, you'll suddenly find that it is not the disease you were thinking it is. It's just a disease that corresponds to you. In the crack of history, I saw that my whole life was an alternate reality. Non did not exist from the beginning. But I identify more with a non-living, an alien outsider. I'm running away from myself, and attribute all sin to you in the abstract. There is still hope. Grandfather mentioned that I was the last hope. Am I both a potential disaster and a source of hope? All this time, and I never existed in the first place. You are the strange. As an alien visitor, you identify more with the identity of an unknown. At last, though, you hear the hoarse roar from inside you. There's a sense of madness, resentment, and a twisted wail. You finally accept who you are. Now you carry this burden with you, looking for the hope that your grandfather spoke of. Of black humanoids suddenly appear. Their faces are shaped of insect, with blue fluid flowing from their eyes, where their eyes should be. Sticky tentacles emerge from behind them, and as sharp claws push their way through their arms. Nope. Hidden chamber of secrets. The room feels cold and dark. The box is empty as its contents have already been left and gone. You open a notebook and realize it's filled with sentences that are devoid of logic. Okay. Same stuff. into the den. You open the door to the study and immediately realize you are not alone. You see your grandfather seated in his armchair. He smiles at you with a relieved expression, with a lingering sense of proudness at who you've become. His body begins to fade to light, and you don't even have the time to mentally acknowledge sadness. Grandfather. When equipped, grants the wearer the spell Celestial Surge. When equipped alongside the offer shoot plus 30, and each attack with it consumes 5 SP instead of charges. Interesting. So it's a combo gift. Or combo weapon. Guess I should open the big chest in the center. You open the door, or the box. In front of your eyes is a girl as delicate as a ceramic doll. Your heart is beating hard, but it's not all because of its attractive appearance. You feel an extraordinary sense of familiarity, of nostalgia, of intimacy, of longing, for wholeness. Then the girl seems to be awakened by the noise and slowly set up. You were about to ask some questions, but she cut you off first. You want to be vocal, but you can't control your body. She looked at you with silver cross glow in her eyes. You feel an invisible bond with her. Then you hear her soft, ethereal voice in your mind. Starkey, I know how confused you must be. Come closer to me and I'll tell you the truth about this time. The stars are shining in her eyes and you can't help but move closer to her. Before you know it, she puts a hand slowly on your forehead. You feel your brain flooding with information. Time, 10 years ago, when the disappearance or disaster happened in the study. The infection with the strange is different from simple physical assimilation. I've already tested all the available spells and medicines. I can't even find a cure for Ronald. If I were to compare this situation to another, it's like allowing an egg without a shell to maintain its integrity, all while surviving the rapids of a waterfall or allowing a person floating in the sea to rely on himself to withstand huge waves and storms. Ancestor, you once left a prophecy to warn us of this day. The mission of the Watchers and the price of truth are the same. Unparalleled sacrifice. I pray here for your revelation. Lord of Gate, the Guardian of the Abyss, Lord of Dimensions, Riddle Knower, Guardian of the Secrets, the oldest, all in one, the one by life prolonged. To Umar at-Tawil, Yog Sothoth, your servant calls upon you. Are you still unable to answer my prayers? We must go with the last resort. No matter what, we can't let the infection spread. The transporter point to Salanio is ready. Now that the stars are in the right place, our success rate is up to 70%. Can't believe we look up at the stars for decades, only able to vanish among the stars at the last. What an ironic twist of fate. Right as the array is about to be activated, the space changes, as if the magic had been drawn away. The room twists and turns into an arc of rock, dividing the two sides into two worlds that do not interfere with each other at all, virtual and real. From inside the door plays a soft, ethereal female voice. There is still a glimmer of hope. Are you willing to pay the price for it, though? As long as I can pay for it, please take what you must. Pure silver and white light covers George Howard, its energy sparkling like a multitude of stars. He felt that he had never been so clear and insightful. As information continuously flowed into his consciousness, George Howard's expression turned serious. So this is the history's truth. Now that I'm aware, I will do as you wish. Grandpa. The child pushed open the door to enter. In that instant, his body and action are frozen. The static time begins to flow again. This is the separation beginning stage once again. You stubbornly refuse to leave until finally, under Grandpa's magic, you forget everything and leave, like an empty container. Then I suppose it's time to pay my price. Just as George Howard was prepping for the end, a voice came from the void. Do you have a last wish? If I may, I would like to see him once grown up. The voice hesitated for a moment, as if in thought or calculation. I can only give you 1 second. Is that enough? That's certainly enough. Time and the space freezes. Your mind is flooded with the memories of the past. Maybe it's just a split second, or maybe it's years beyond thousands. Affable Morse. Consciousness was forced into a deep sleep. In order not to be affected by what remains of Affable Morse's influence, Yogg-Sothoth buried the alienated parts under the ultimate cave. Calm has returned to the sunless sea, but the disordered simulation continues. Chaos and entropy in the universe continue to grow slowly. Yogg-Sothoth sleeps within the singularity of the universe. In their sleep, two entities gradually separated. From this came two primary existences, Wali and Afamorko. Creating obstruction and violence is currently seeking to simulate the universe and fuse with the rest of Yogg-Sothoth's mind in order to take control. Wiley has been banished to take their mind alive. Acts to separate you from itself as a vessel to break the cycle. So, I guess we're part of the, Lovecraftian god Yogg-Sothoth. The hourglass stops the current moment of time from movement, preventing the black sand from separating. Once you get rid of this black sand, the assimilation should end. The hourglass is broken and the black sand is in it, and it is scattered. A giant eye emerges in response. Twill. So you've chosen to construct a puppet to preserve your power. How ridiculous. I can't expect you to have grown so weak. Without any thought, a name forces itself into the forefront of your mind. Afamogomon. Could it be that after the rupture of the temporal loop, you were directly perceived by them? As you've still considered your options, you hear her continue to speak. Oh, I'm very disappointed in you. You are the beginning and I am the end. Together we created time and space. Unfortunately, your authority over all knowledge has changed you. Your will has chosen to break away from us. So I've had to clean up all those time and space for a quick reset. Now this is a surprise. I had planned to devour you and complete ourselves. But now I understand that the human mind can be rather useful, as long as there is enough of them. Then they could be an alternative. So, even without you, I'll be able to awaken our main body. You are no longer necessary. Your ridiculous puppet, Quill's biggest mistake was making you into immortal. Humans, what a fragile race. After destroying you, I'll have a good time reminiscing with Quill. Starkey, as long as your heart is not broken, time will restore your body. Every time you fall, you will accumulate the power to reshape space-time. What you face now is only one of their billions of avatars. However, Afurgamon will never leave their true body, and their power cannot easily come to. Great. So now I've got to fight an Eldritch Entity. Got a good chance in throwing it, huh? Sports failure. Well, at least I tried. What does the Oblivion stat do? Oblivion, you've forgotten something. Each stack will reduce your character's abilities by 5. Great! Second by time. The chrono you belong to severs the connection when the stack increases to 7. Cease to exist. The stack counter forsaken by time, increasing by 1, and when hit by the arrow, or reshaped by 2. Actually just partial protection of his body in the real world. No damage received by hacking. Need to cut my poison break. That's a problem. Go ahead and take care of that. Oh no. Well. That's 7. Okay, so both from reality plane, real has continued for projection in reality starts to become unstable. So one damage Sweet. Okay, so then item, I'm gonna throw another thing, see if there can be any damage, that didn't, well, unfortunate, benefit. Yes! Got him! Got them! I got a whole torch, and that was it. As the avatar as was expelled, the whole space trembled violently in rage, and oppressive sounds rained down from all sides. You can't hear the words being spoken, but you can feel the sheer anger contained within each. And I go back in time to this 100 years of history. And so they are preparing to return to the start of space-time. Darky, this is the most critical moment. Keep pushing. See the water condensing from the Earth back into the cloud, or into the sky. The clouds dissipate. The sky is clear. Star sets from the east, and the years flow back to space. Time is going backwards to the beginning. All of a sudden you feel that you're in an ocean. A great black fog rose over the darkest sea. The black mist pulls you down into it. Being in the depths of the ocean is like being among the stars in the distant eyes. When you fell into the ocean and you fell into the galaxy. The shift of Theseus' paradox is about whether you are still you after replacing all the materials. Now it is about returning all the materials in your body in order to discover your origin. The matter of your body is as small as cells, gradually dissipating in particles and returning to its original state of being. After returning all of the materials, the silver key gradually appears in the deep sea. This carries your spirit, your ego, and all of your memories. The silver key flashes and sinks to the bottom of the deep sea, finally returning you to the place of strange familiarity. This is the dividing point between existence and non-existence. Black and white are independent of each other, maintaining an absolute balance. That's how it's supposed to be. And now the nothingness has been nibbling away, and it's all mixed up. You see the warp timeline moving away from its proper trajectory and towards nothingness, which is splitting with eight conversions that are briefly lumping together into a dim sphere. You feel a strong will locking you in, darkness assimilating you. What do I need to roll? I'm not quite sure what I'm needing to roll here. When the key breaks, the assimilation devours you. Briefly lose consciousness and hear a voice. Starkey, don't be afraid of yourself. Attribute willpower and feel a strong will locking you in. Darkness assimilating you. Result, need a critical success. So I have to land directly onto the actual thing. Or roll a 1. Okay. Oh, does that count? Okay, so I guess anything below a 4 was a critical success. Your obsession, unwillingness, and your pain burst out in the moment. Like a sudden burst of light, your will lights up the night sky. Having pushed back the entity, your mental strength is at its limit. You lose traction, fall downwards, plummeting into the sea with no light. Your consciousness gradually becoming blurred as you are slowly sinking into the darkest part of your mind. Lightless abyss. As you sink, your consciousness becomes increasingly transparent. There is no end to the darkness ahead. Then you sense a familiar presence. It belongs to Twelk. It's not exactly the same, though. Like a door. Like the end of everything. Your consciousness is becoming transparent. You finally saw them. They lift you up and make you whole once more. Their eyes are always on you, and you hear their words. Yogg-Sothoth, Starkey, do you blame me for creating you? No. Although coming into this world has made me feel all kinds of pain, human beings are too fragile to be affected by all kinds of desires. Whether it's a family mission, or a duty to others, or a concern in your heart, one forms a chain of invisible chains. However, sometimes the pain of these chains makes me feel warm and happy. It finally dawned on me that this is something called desire. I obtained a lot of memories. These are precious memories that I should treasure. Do you like the world? Yes. I like the people of this world. They suffer together and share happiness. Even the smile of a stranger can make me feel warm. Because of these people made me feel connected to the world. It made me finally realize that I exist in the world. Do you have any regrets? Yes, in many ways I do. I certainly have many regrets. A lot of regrets even. Something I realized only after I was too late. I regret not being honest with those I cared about in the end. The fact that it's no use saying it to them now. I suppose I feel guilty. I don't realize what I had until I lost it. Do you want to change the world, even if the sacrifice makes you cease to exist? It's not that I want to change the world like some grand fairy tale. I'm gonna put everything back together with a bond with that. My family for putting everything they had in to seek happiness for me. For myself, who has grown especially over these past 10 years, and finally has found a purpose that I truly believe in. Lastly, for you, who has given me this chance. For this, I am willing to bear the heaviest fate. I see. Star Key. My awakening requires the great sacrifice. But I, who is infinite and omnipotent power, am unable to sacrifice myself, so I must ask that you face this death instead of me. This death means separation from the self. All your past will be cut away and dismantled, and the timeline you once lived will be purged from any trace you once had. I will reboot the original timeline, effectively restoring the distorted one. Speak my name, Star Key, and I will awaken and prevent the world's downfall. The most ancient and prolonged of life. Amara A. Toawe. You managed to awaken to it. As the first consciousness to awaken in Yogg-Sothoth, they succeeded in taking control of the body. Yogg-Sothoth is awakening. Alpha-Gamora's consciousness was forced into a deep sleep. In order not to be affected by the remains of their influence, Yogg-Sothoth buried the alienated parts underneath the ultimate gate. Calm has returned to the sunless sea. The distortion of simulation continues. Chaos and entropy in the universe continue to grow slowly. At the beginning of time, white mist wrapped itself over the sunless sea beneath. As it begins to part, you see the black, twisted timeline slowly unravel into the correct flow of history. 15th January 1910, Arkham. An old castle clings to the hills. In the castle, a group of people are holding a birthday dinner to celebrate a family member who has just turned 8. The crowd stood together, ready for the family photo shoot. The grown man smiled brightly while a beautiful and elegant woman held his arm. Sitting in the middle was a dignified old man who looked to have gone against his solemn nature today, because he is holding the hero of today's party, a smiling little girl with a long light blue hair. The old man's white beard was pulled by the little girl in his arms. The woman scrambled to put an end to the girl's mischief. The little girl looked at the previously smiling man with an innocent expression. The man made an exasperated face at the girl. It just so happens to be caught on camera. Amy was busy sorting books in the library as usual. Still so timid and shy. While sorting through the books, a poster slipped off of the table. She picked it up. It was the Tosca poster from the Opera Society today. For for art, for love. The stars are replenished tonight, or resplendent tonight. Amy looked at the poser, and she seemed to momentarily gasp, looking confused yet pained. I wanted to say something, but in my mind, my voice was no more able to speak than the air itself. She crumbled to her knees, and as she experienced a sense of loss, but she didn't fully understand. Why am I crying? In the evening, Professor Carl and Professor Julie were working on at their desks at the school office. Miss Julie sighed deeply after sorting through a pile of papers and complaining to Carl. Students are getting worse these days. They can't bear any hardships that come their way. If young people continue to only seek enjoyment, human beings will degenerate into monkeys within 100 years. Carl did not respond to Julie's complaints, instead saying optimistically, "This generation of young people is better than us, as they can at least pursue their own ideals. People who can't listen to themselves are simply living in a dream. Being aware of one's self-consciousness and developing their own unique personalities is a rather inevitable prospect." Your nagging hasn't changed at all, old man. Aren't you eager to find students who can continue your studies? Do you want to end up irresponsible and irrelevant, or did you already find what you were looking for? Carl pulled out a bottle of whiskey and took a sip. A bitter expression slowly formed on his face. Painful things cannot be avoided in life, only endured. In a palace made of 1,000 books, the flickering candlelight were the only form of light. The blank pages constantly being written and erased. A young girl with light blue hair, was leaning against a long table in the middle of the palace, waiting or quietly watching a boy reading a book across from her. After a long time had passed, the boy turned to the last page of the book. At this moment, the girl spoke to the young man. "Sathoth, this is the consequence of the past being restored. The people you once knew will no longer have any connection with you, and you will no longer belong to any era. Do you regret it, Starkey?" Upon hearing the girl's question, the boy carefully began running his fingers along each page of the book once more. Finally, he looked up to the girl and said, "No, I'm confident in my choice, Sathoth. This was the best possible outcome." He slowly closed the book, concluding his journey to the beginning, of which an end wouldn't exist. You chose to take your destiny into your own hands and sacrifice your connection to reality in order to empower Twa and awaken Yogg-Sothoth, but also to restore the timeline of the world that you once walked. But this is only just the beginning. The distorted timeline still exists, and the terrible beings that have been sleeping for ages long past have awakened one after another. Terrible disasters are brewing in every space and time. After you confidently chose to meet your choice head-on, for Yogg-Sothoth to regain their power and stop the world's echoing with pain, a traveler who does not belong to any era has embarked on a journey that will never end. Yes. Saving the ending will erase all save files. Do you wish to continue? feel a sliver of strength being drained from your body. The images from the past start to emerge in your mind. The sense of familiarity makes you feel as though you return to your travels through space and time, while the screen and the machine in front of you flickers to life. What on earth is this machine? As you approach, the screen displays a black vortex made of countless grains of black sand. As you get closer, the grains of sand seem to continue to come to life, shaping themselves into various people. These are the people that you have seen before. How unexpected. I never thought that you would be able to activate this machine. After Grimoire's gaze shifts to Sathoth, who is sitting in front of the desk. Sathoth merely lifts his head slightly, offering a smile, diving back into his sea of books. Was it thinking? Your foolish expression tells me that you don't even understand its purpose yet. I indeed do not understand its purpose. You have released all of the imprisoned consciousnesses? Why then is this temporal sand still preserved? I'm under no obligation to answer your question. You might want to think about it yourself. If Twill has managed to project identical individuals, why would they bother to restart time and space? Isn't it to deal with the arrival of the end? You're unable to reach the consensus to change the outcome of the future. So Sathoth would only deal with the end of the future by restarting time and space. Your thought is so naive, it makes me laugh. Perhaps you've been too deeply influenced by moral thinking. Let's put it this way. Even at Twill's weakest, Twill has the power to project new timelines. They just doesn't approve of this method, saying individuals created through duplication only retain all the information of the previous individual. Individuals created without continuity, their true selves have already been destroyed. I don't need any damn true self. I just need enough data to help me regain my strength. Since you've achieved it or activated this part of the temporal sand, I will gift it to you. Afterward, cast it to his pleasant glance towards Sathoth, saying, Twill, you should understand. You cannot always control everything. I do find it kind of funny how, like the one that we would typically see as the good one is like the old style of artwork, so like written work, stuff like that, and paintings, while the one that is the ending of all things in the future is playing on a desktop with several screens. It has like a switch and stuff over here in the corner. So like that's finding that a little funny. And I think I'm actually going to call it here for tonight. This has been Depersonalization. I hope that you have enjoyed watching me play through the first of the campaigns. I do plan on playing through the other ones as well. And I mean, I really enjoy this game. There's story elements in it. There's Eldritch horror. It's all Lovecraftian in its actual main themes and everything. It has to do with the human psyche, stuff like that. So, but I hope you enjoyed, and I also hope to see you in the next stream. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked what you saw, then please leave a like and subscribe. Hope to see you in the next one.